Hello everyone and welcome back to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage. You are looking at this recent acquisition of mine, a Singer 301A in black, the one that barely has a scuff on it. It's got some dust on it, but I won it on a bid and had no idea because the photos don't always show this and they hadn't really cleaned it well. It's beautiful and the decals, not a single decal scratch. Whoever had this machine didn't use it very much, and maybe they didn't care for sewing. But in any case, I wanted to show you what not to do when you're going to start to work on a machine. This is one of the sewing tables I was discussing in a video. This is not the beautiful veneered one, but it's going to clean up beautifully. It is currently holding a Singer 201, which I will hopefully get to at some point, to get overhauled. Anyway, what not to do. When you work on a sewing machine, I highly suggest that you don't use your sewing table uncovered. It's a great thing to use to work on a machine. Maybe you don't have another space, or maybe you don't want to, you want to use the table if you have it to work on the machine, which is fine. But it may seem obvious, but it is not, unfortunately, to a lot of folks. But you want to cover this table surface, and I mean cover it really well. Because if you look at some of the things I use, sewing machine oil, alcohol, cleaners, grease, old grease and stuff, there's no reason to get it on the table because you're eventually going to have to clean it, and wood is porous. Just because it has a lacquer on it doesn't mean it won't absorb a stain. This is especially true with lacquer. So, even though, yes, the machine has rubber feet that I may or may not need to replace. I think they may be dry rotted, we'll see. But what you do, this may seem painfully obvious to some of you, but I swear there are people who don't think of it. So I made the video for that purpose. What can you do? You can do anything simple. This is like some sort of padded fiber. It was originally designed when you hand wash like crystal and you want to set it down. I think I got it in a kitchen store. And I can put it right there. It's padded, lightly padded. And if I drip anything on it, it's going to soak it up. You can also use, it's not wide enough for the table, obviously. You can use something like this. This is an old beach towel, even more absorbent in a way. But just get yourself something to work on that protects your table. Because you're going to go back later and want that table to look nice. So now I'm ready. I can take my machine carefully, and this also protects the machine when you lay it down, and I can go around and work on the machine in various places without worrying about damaging my table. Now I made this video knowing that many of you know better, but we don't always think about it. Sometimes we're excited to start a project and we think, yeah, it's fine. Well, it's not. Furniture and vintage wooden finishes are very, I think the term is living finishes. That's the nice way of describing a finish that can be quite fragile. And this is why I've mentioned in other videos that when wood laminate first came out in the late 60s, early 70s, people went crazy over it because they realized they would not have to polish the furniture. I love the look of vintage furniture, but of course, it takes a little bit more care than something like laminate. But there you go. Protect your surface, whatever it is. And even if you have a sewing table that's kind of beat up, no reason to beat it up more. But get yourself ready to do the work. Thanks for watching.